Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, ladies and gentlemen, honorable judges, and my fellow debaters. I am Nanda, acting as the first speaker of the Affirmative team. I would like to talk about general perspective, and my teammates will be elaborating my argument later. Acting as the second speaker is Lisa. She would like to talk about environmental and social perspective. And acting as the third speaker is Anggi. She would like to talk about economic and cultural perspective. Our motion today is this House believes that the tourism industry does more harm than good for the citizens of developing countries. As the first speaker of the affirmative side, I will present compelling arguments demonstrating why the tourism industry, despite its potential benefits, ultimately causes more harm than good for the citizens of developing countries. Before diving into the arguments, it is crucial to clearly define the key terms in this motion to ensure we all have a common understanding of what we are debating. The tourism industry encompasses all activities, services, and facilities provided to tourists, including transportation, accommodation, food and beverage, entertainment, and attractions. This industry is a significant economic sector worldwide, involving hotels, travel agencies, tour operators, airlines, and local business catering to tourists. Developing countries, also known as low and middle income countries, are nations with lower levels of industrialization, lower standard of living, and generally lower human development index scores compared to developed countries. These countries often face challenges such as poverty, inadequate healthcare, limited educational opportunities, and underdeveloped infrastructure. In the context of this debate, harm refers to the negative impacts of the tourism industry on the citizens of developing countries. This can include economic exploitation, environmental degradations, cultural erosions, social displacement, and poor working conditions. Harm implies that the adverse effects are significant enough to outweigh any potential benefits. Good refers to the positive contribution of the tourism industry to the citizens of developing countries. These benefits might include jobs creation, infrastructure development, cultural exchange, and increased foreign revenue. Good implies that these positive outcomes are substantial and beneficial to the local populations. Firstly, I will bring your attention to the economic exploitation and cultural erosions perspective. While tourism can bring economic opportunities, the reality is that the majority of the financial benefits do not reach the local citizens. Tourism can create economic opportunities. Big international companies run much of the tourism industry, like hotels and tour operators. These companies send their profits back to their home countries, so only a small part of the money stays in the local area. Also, the jobs for locals are often low-paying, seasonal, and insecure, which keeps economic inequality alive. Instead of promoting sustainable growth, tourism can trap locals in a cycle of poverty, making them rely on unstoppable low-wage jobs. Tourism frequently leads to the commodifications of local cultures. Tourism often makes local cultures into products. Things like traditional customs and rituals get sold to tourists. But when this happens, they can lose their real meaning. This can hurt the authenticity of local traditions and weaken cultural identity. Also, lots of tourists from other countries might start to bring in their own ways of doing things. Over time, this might change or even replace the local culture and traditions. Second one, I will be talking about environmental degradation, social displacement, and inequality. Tourism in developing countries can seriously harm the environment. Places like beautiful beaches and national parks are popular destinations. But when lots of tourists visit, it can cause big problems for nature. Pollution, destroying habitats, and making more trash are some of the issues. In delicate environments, tourism can cause permanent harm. hurting both nature and the people who rely on it for their jobs and life. Some major issues faced by masters in Bali now include water shortage, environmental degradation like pollution of rivers, oceans, and other natural areas, garbage and waste problem, plastic pollutions, overcrowded destinations, traffic jams, loss of authenticity, destruction of nature, and loss of agricultural land due to overbuilding and higher cost of living, among others. My second speaker will elaborate on this insight. Lastly, I'll be talking about social displacement and inequality. Tourism development often requires significant infrastructure projects, such as the construction of hotels, resorts, and transportation networks. These projects can lead to the displacement of local communities, particularly those from tourist locations. Land that once belonged to local is frequently appropriated or bought at a price that do not reflect its true value. This displacement not only disrupts communities but also exacerbates social inequalities, as the benefits of these developments are rarely shared equitably. While tourism has the potential to bring economic and social benefits to developing countries, the reality is that it often exacerbates existing problems and creates new ones. Economic explosions, cultural erosions, environmental degradations, social displacement, and dependency all highlight the multitude harm that the tourism industry can inflict on the citizens of developing countries. For this reason, we firmly believe that the tourism industry does more harm than good for the citizens of developing countries. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.